right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Insight series with industry leaders by Spangler Folks. And today we're going to talk about e-commerce and the transformation that this industry has gone through. In the past 6 months, we'll explore some of the drivers behind it. And it's interesting because a lot of companies in that sector had to change their business model and adapt from the traditional consumer behavior to what we are seeing right now. I'm glad we have an expert today that has been a crucial part in all of this, and he observed the change that a traditional retailer can go through in a very short period of time. We have Ales today, Ales Drabek, who is with Conrad Electronics. It's a major German retailer of consumer electronics. And Ales is a member of the management board, is the chief digital, chief transformation officer, and prior to that was with Metro Group in their headquarters in Düsseldorf as the director of global e-commerce and e-marketing. Welcome, Ales. Forgive me if I've not mentioned some of the multiple titles that you have and multiple roles you have in the organization.
Welcome, everybody. Don't worry. So basically, I'm responsible by the Conrad Electronics about all technological activities. So IT, e-commerce, everything would have to do with data, with machine learning, with innovation, digital transformation, IoT, and other stuff. And Conrad Electronics is 97 years old retailer and B2B distributor, still family-run business. Focus DACH region. However, we have online shops in over the Europe, and we are sending our goods to over 150 countries. Half of our business is B2C, half of our is B2B. We are selling all type of technical products, not only consumer electronics, but everything around technique. Roughly 800,000 products for B2C and over 6 million products for B2B. So, and we have stores also. So we don't have only online business, but we have also store business in Germany, Austria, Switzerland. We have a catalog business. So our biggest catalog is over 4,500 pages. So really strong multi-channel strategy. We are selling about via external marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, Bol.com, Galaxus, and others. And we have also own marketplace for B2B customers.
Amazing. Thank you for this introduction, which leads me to my first question is what we are seeing right now, the growth across all verticals in e-commerce. Would you say, and to what extent is this induced by the pandemic? And to what extent would you say this is a long-term trend that's here to stay?
So basically, if we look the figures in the last 10 years, that e-commerce growth was average 10% plus every year. So and now this year is like multi-time, and this will more or less stay. This is a situation in the life where something happened, and then some development will extremely speed up. And this is exactly now what's happening with the e-commerce business. So the trends which was visible the last couple of years just only speed up, and basically we overcome like 5-6 years in 6 months. And I cannot imagine that there will be some intensive drop down. It will continue to grow because the customers even the customers, they were not ordering online, they start to use it. Also, the B2B companies, they were before pandemic using the traditional ordering channels. They switched to online, and with every month when the pandemic still is in the whole Europe minimum, then the behavior is more and more changing towards the online and moving out from the classical way of buying, like stores or via salespeople or via telephones and so on.
Yeah, that's definitely, and the way you've outlined it looks like a trend for the future. So a lot of organizations, in order to adapt to this new reality, are going through digital transformation. What, in your opinion, would be the top, the most common mistakes that organizations make in their drive to become digital, and if there is any advice or maybe a general rule of how you can avoid those mistakes?
So with this, we have a lot of good experience because by Conrad, we launched our first e-commerce site already 20 years ago. So we were one of the first in Germany. We are still between top 10 e-commerce sites in Germany. So even if we are not a global company, we still keep, I would say, the speed of innovation and grow to an adaptation on the customer needs. Yeah. However, 5 years ago, we recognized that we need to be even faster in the whole digital transformation. And we start with a radical transformation from one side, move all of our system to the cloud, and from other sides to really, I would say, speed up our investment in the digital channels, in digital marketing. We speed up our selling via external marketplaces. We launch our own marketplaces, marketplace, and we made a lot of other changes in our business models. Yeah, to adapt on the new type of customers' behavior. Yeah, and we think about mistakes, so we learn from them. We make a number of mistakes. Yeah, and one of them was, for example, that in the B2C area, we were ignoring too long the power of the marketplaces. We saw it that when it was too late, that we need to react on that, because we were, as a company, traditionally selling a lot of technical products, but always with the traditional way. So we buy product and sell the products. Yeah? So we recognized the mistake a few years ago, and this is why we launched the B2B marketplace. For us was clear that in the technical area where we are active, it made no sense to launch any more B2C marketplace, because there's already enough strong competitions. Yeah, but we won't be ahead of the competition in the B2B, and this is why we launched this. And this was, for example, one of the mistakes. The next mistake was that we underestimate the power of the cloud technologies. Yeah, and luckily, still enough early, we recognized the mistake, and we move all of our technologies to the cloud, which heavily help us now this year, because we could ramp up our sales, we can ramp up our shops without any decrease of speed, without any decrease of the performance of our systems. Yeah? And the customer expectation is very high. So the benchmark is extremely high. So if you don't do enough early these investments, yeah, you will difficultly to keep with the customer expectation. Then other topics which we also recognize a little bit late, but then we, especially the last 2 years, heavily improved, was around online self-services. Yeah. So what is really for customers important, and how we can make sure that we will put this in the online self-services, instead of the customers need to call us or write us email. So for example, what is the order status? What is the return status? Yeah. Where is the parcel, and so on and so on. Yeah? And also this, I would say, in my opinion, recognize, luckily for us, and us early, because now in the last couple of months, where much more problems appeared around the whole delivery, fulfillments, around sending goods back, around that the suppliers didn't have enough goods on the stock, so there was some delay in the supply chain and so on. So luckily we had enough good systems that the customers can get easy informations via via our my account or via chat bots, or we had automatized systems in our personalized marketing. They were automatically inform the customers about some changes by them orders or about some changes by on our shops. And this is, in my opinion, this was my key learnings. So basically, invest enough in the modern technologies and make sure that you will focus on what for customers matter and how you move this on the online self-services. And don't underestimate the power of marketplaces and platform. And move and react on that.
Thank you for this. When it comes to talent, what does the digital transformation mean for this? And as a leader, what approach do you prefer to building the needed skill sets? Is it upskilling, or is it bringing fresh talent and ideas from outside?
So I believe the right approach is to have a mix of that. So when we start with a radical transformation, we start also with a lot of workshops around changing the digital mindsets by our employees. And as we are using from Google all of the cloud technologies, we get a lot of support from Google. They were organizing a lot of workshop for us and trainings for the employees, where we could, I would say, change the mindsets and help them understand what are the key ways or what are the key activities which you need to have to be successful in the online business. We also move all of our data in the cloud-based new data warehouse with the strategy to democratize all of our data towards our employees. So basically, every employees have access on our data, can do their own reports, the developers can create new applications. The people they have a little bit higher skills with the, for example, data analysis. They can do own data analysis and so on. And we launched this year also Big Data Academy, where we're helping with upskilling in that directions, because if you want the digital mindsets, one of the important part of the digital mindset is managing working proper way with the data, using the data for decisions, using the data for your work, using the data to react on the customer and proper on customer needs, or more automatize the processes, and so on and so on. However, it was also for us visible that in some areas we are missing the right experts, and it will be difficult. It will take too long till we will internally build this expertise. So, for example, so good product owners in the e-commerce development teams. This was something where it was me or Scrum Masters when we start with the agile development. This was something where we absolutely had not enough own people, and we didn't have time to wait till own people will be trained. So we decided to get the right mix. So we hired some people, and then of course we trained some other people, and step by step we build a team as a combination between internal and newcomers to I would say speed up or e-commerce development in a fast. So this was what we also in Germany is a quite strong system about Auszubildenden, so trainees. So we launch new trainee programs, for example, for e-commerce. And now we also launch a cloud specialists, a new trainings program. So we are also hiring young people. They are 16, 17. They are starting. They do school, and parallel to by us, they do the training. So we are also now building a new generation of digital experts. To, I would say, add enough resources in the existing teams.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a well-balanced approach. Thank you. And I'm coming to my last question, which would be about the future of the marketplace as we see it today. To the extent you can predict that, of course, I think nobody's in a position to really know what's going to happen. But who do you think will be the winners and losers in the future of the marketplace today?
I believe there will be three types of winners. One are already existing good e-commerce companies. Yeah, they are, of course, for them this year is very beneficial. So they make huge growth, and this gives them again proof that they are in the right direction. So and it gives them also enough income to scale they grow for the next years. Yeah, so they are the winners of the pandemic, and they are able to further invest, and they will grow even faster. The second group of companies are, in my opinion, companies they will utilize the changes of the consumer behavior which are happening, which started already happen for the pandemic and happening more and more. So, for example, purchasing via social media. Yeah. So if there are companies which are now able to jump on the trends like purchasing via Instagram, or if there are companies they are able to jump on the trend mobile only, not mobile first, but basically mobile only, yeah? Or some other technology trends, yeah? Then you have a chance, in my opinion, be quite successful in the next years, because the whole technologies became the last couple of months even much more important for the people, yeah, and the utilization of the technologies heavily increased. Yeah? So what has happened is that the people are now ready to use also this type of channels. Yeah, so not only the classical online shopping, but this type of channel. And the last but not least, the companies they have great products. They have great products, and they will be able to utilize the marketplaces, yeah, to scale their products. Yeah, so if they have some, for example, in fashion, if you have cool fashion collections, yeah, and some good marketing, you even don't need to have a strong own shop, own e-commerce platform, but you can utilize the existing marketplaces, yeah, in all countries to scale your sale strongly. So there again, companies having good products, good modern marketing, yeah, and a little bit e-commerce technologies, by utilization of the external marketplaces, they will be able to sell much more in the next couple of years. So in my opinion, this will be three type of winners. And the rest, they will have problems. So if you either not enough strong already now, and then you further invest, or you don't have strong products and loyal customers and utilize the modern channels, or you are not open-minded to try some new type of online sellings, yeah, you will have more and more problems. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the status quo is not a decision you have, a choice you have in this scenario. Now it's about change and transformation in whatever way this may be.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Decide about your directions, and the most important is to go as fast as possible, because what you definitely not have is enough time. The time is changing so fast, and the consumers are changing so fast that there's no time to wait.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I want to acknowledge you for this feedback, for this content, and agreeing to talk with us on such a short notice. Just before we say goodbye, if our community and whoever will hear and listen to this want to reach out to you for some insight, or just to start a conversation, how can they do it? What is the best way to find you online, in LinkedIn, in which social media or platforms they can find you best?
The best way is definitely LinkedIn. Yeah, so I'm quite a heavy user of LinkedIn. so they can find my name there, and they can contact me via LinkedIn.
Great. Well, with that, thank you very much, Ales. Good luck to all of our viewers who are going through digital transformation and changing, adapting to the new normal. And I hope to see everyone soon. And most importantly, stay safe. Goodbye.
You do. Thank you. Stay safe.